Welcome to Experience Oldsmar, a podcast created by and for those who love this special place. I'm your host, Deb Vitrelli, broadcasting from the top of Tampa Bay in beautiful downtown Oldsmar. With school out for the summer, we invited Anthony Casale, Children's Services Librarian with the Oldsmar Public Library, to join us today. Anthony's journey with the city of Oldsmar began in 2010 as a library volunteer. He was hired as a library assistant in the circulation department in 2013, and in 2016 he became the Children's Services Librarian. He has a bachelor's degree in theater and a master's degree in library science from the University of South Florida. Go Bulls. Welcome, Anthony.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So when summertime rolls into town, our residents can always count on creative summer reading programs for our young patrons. Can you tell our listening audience about these programs?
So what we're doing this summer, and of course I should preface, because we live in the era of COVID.
Yeah.
The summer that we're having this summer and the summer we had last summer are not the summers we would normally have.
Correct.
Normally we would be doing lots and lots of face-to-face programming. Summer was always our busiest time of the year.
Yeah.
Of course, can't really quite do that yet. So we're doing a couple of things that so far have been very, very successful. One of the big hallmarks of summer reading is we always do our timed reading logs.
Okay.
That's been a thing since long before I came on board, where kids have the opportunity to track their reading. And so what we do is we provide them, and I'm going to apologize for our listeners only.
That's okay.
I've brought some visual aids with me.
Oh, nice.
So what we have here is, this is our time reading log, and this log has got circles on it that represent 5 minutes of reading.
Wow.
And then there are these stickers right here. And so 5 minutes of reading means you put a sticker on a circle.
Okay.
And then once this sheet is completely filled up, bring it back to me. You can get a prize. Then you can get a brand new sheet and new stickers, turn around, do the whole thing over again.
Man, they didn't have that when I was a kid.
Me either.
That's really cool.
It is. The kids love it. It's a win-win because it keeps them reading during the summertime, and then it also incentivizes them and rewards them for reading.
Better than an allowance.
That's right.
Get a prize.
So that's with us this summer.
Okay.
I have also, during most of this time of this pandemic, I've been creating these take and make craft kits that kids can just come in, grab everything they need, instructions, everything, take it home, make it, and then come back next week and do another one. So I've lined up a whole bunch of crafts that we're going to be doing throughout the duration of summer reading. And those have been a big hit since I've been doing them from the jump.
Cool.
The kids love them. The parents love them. So I've got those lined up. And then something new that I decided to come up with this summer is a scavenger hunt in the library.
About that one.
So basically, and again, I've got the visual aid here, so my apologies to our listeners. I have created a sheet just like this that's got these images on it.
Okay.
And I've hidden these images throughout the entire library. And so what happens is each image has a number next to it. Kids can go throughout the library, find the images, write down the number. So each image has a line here. They write down the number next to it. Once they fill this up with all the numbers they've found, they bring it back to me, and then they can get a prize for that.
Wow. Lots of prizes at the library this summer.
So let's see. This summer, we're doing Hot Wheels cars. I've been doing those for the last few years, and the kids just love them.
Oh, nice.
So I've been doing those. I've got little mini squishies, which that's honestly been my big hit prize this summer. I did them last summer. The kids loved them, but this summer it's like every child wants a squishy.
Were they like a gummy bear?
Well, imagine
a stress ball for kids.
Imagine a gummy bear.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit bigger, maybe twice the size.
Okay.
And you can't eat it, but it feels like a gummy bear.
Okay.
Basically, that's a squishy.
A warm gummy bear is even better.
Yeah. Well, really?
Yeah.
Things I did not know. So yeah, they love these things. I just had to replenish. I ran out this morning, actually, and I just got my new shipment in this morning.
Oh, wow.
So Yeah, they love these. So I'm doing the cars, the squishies.
Okay.
I'm also doing, they make these little charms that if kids have Crocs.
Croc shoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Crocs have little holes in them. And they make these charms with these studs on the back that you can pop into the holes.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, neither did I. But this is a thing.
It's a trend. Wow.
Yeah. So I've got a bunch of those. And then the last thing I'm doing is, I've got these keychains that are these big fuzzy emojis.
Who loves emojis?
Right?
I do.
So I've got those are probably maybe an 1.5 inches, 2 inches in diameter.
Okay.
And so I've got a bunch of those hanging on a cork board right behind the children's desk. And so they're numbered. So if they want an emoji, they just point to a number and I give them that one. Every single one's got a different face on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like Celebration Station. You get the tickets and you go up and get the numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
That's right.
What about Reading with the Rays? I know that's been an annual thing that you guys have done with partnership with them.
Yes. So we're doing that again, although Reading with the Rays prior to COVID was something that was very much a partnership between the libraries and the Rays, where they would provide the prizes, the materials, and we fostered it. They gave us the stuff to do the program. Because of COVID, essentially it's become a Rays-run program that we are here to help promote.
Okay.
But the goal is kind of the same as what we're doing with our logs, trying to incentivize kids to read. So the current format of the program is that kids and families, parents can go to the Rays website, which that is mlb.com/rays/community/reading.
Oh my gosh.
Go to that website, and there's a whole page devoted to the Reading with the Rays program. There's a PDF of this document right here. This is kind of the equivalent of their log, what they're doing. So you've got these bases right here, and each one represents several hours worth of reading. Okay. So when you start out at home and you go to first, that's 3 hours of reading. Then if you want to get to second base, you have to read 5 more. If you want to get to third, you have to read 7 more. And then if you want to make it all the way back to home, you have to read 9 more for a total of 24 hours of reading. But once you've done that, you can submit this form directly to them, and then they'll send you a voucher for 2 tickets to a Rays game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's great. And they give you a choice of different dates, so you're not locked into just one date.
Yeah.
But that's it. We used to get prizes that we would hand out to the kids for every base, and then they would get their home base prize from the Rays or the ticket vouchers. But right now, this is what they're doing.
Okay.
So in addition to going to their website, you can also just go to our website.
Oh.
So if you go to oldsmarlibrary.org, right at the top, there's a tab for programs. Mm-hmm. Just hit the kids drop down, and then that'll take you right to a link to the Rays page.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you know how long that's going on with the Rays?
Don't remember the exact cutoff date that they are doing this until.
Summer.
We're doing our program through August 7th. Okay. That's the last date that I'm going to be handing anything out.
Tails and Tails. Got it. Okay.
So presumably they were, I don't ever remember them cutting off prior to us.
That's good.
So this should be going throughout the duration of our program.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're always nice to have, major sports that are involved with the community in that regard.
Yeah. They've been active, certainly as long as I've been children's librarian. They've been doing this with libraries, and I'm sure this predated me.
Oh yeah.
So and it's great. It's a fantastic cause. It gets kids to read, gets people out to the games.
Hey, even better.
And I think right now there's probably people that will be itching to do something like this.
Yes, I would imagine.
So it's good for everybody.
Fun for everyone. Yeah. Well, I know you were certainly busy last year when COVID-19 stopped you from hosting the famous in-person storytime programs. I know you love those. So, however, that didn't stop you from continuing to offer this popular program. Book publishing houses were permitting specific books to be read virtually.
Yes.
So allowing you to create your own version of a video pretty much of reading these popular children's books. So
correct.
how many videos did you provide to the community last year?
So not including one that we did called The City That Talks, which was something that we did that in conjunction with the Florida League of Cities. That one was not bound by any sort of publishing rules.
Right.
So if we put that one aside, I did 40.
Wow, that's impressive.
40 storybooks that we filmed and made into fully fledged videos.
Okay. And what other videos were you able to provide?
Other than those 40 and The City That Talks, last summer I did some videos that was part of our previous summer reading program called Rhyme Time.
Rhyme Time, okay.
With Mr. Anthony. And
cool.
That was born out of something that I used to do during the toddler time programs that I would do face-to-face. So that program was a sort of a hybrid of stories and music and dance and movement. And so typically what I would do in those story times is I would do some sort of a finger play or action rhyme.
Okay.
I would get up there and I would do something with physical movement and rhyming and encourage the kids to play along with me. So the Rhyme Time videos are all some of those rhymes that I used to do.
Yeah.
I got up there with the words behind me and I acted them out the way I used to do in front of the kids.
Cool.
So I did those. And then I did something called a quiz show that I kind of, quote, borrowed that from something that I had seen on YouTube. Right when the pandemic hit, there was a YouTube series that my wife turned me on to that was called The Little Tiny Quiz of the Lockdown. I think I've got that name right. But it was a British comedian named Jimmy Carr was filming these daily quiz shows of 10 questions and then giving the answers. And I went, that is brilliant. I want to do something like that. So I basically created my own little quiz show in that vein.
Based on books or?
Well, no, it was kind of based on everything. I wanted to do, because I knew that families were all stuck at home.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do something that everybody could enjoy. I knew that the quizzes I was watching, which were not geared toward kids, and just meaning that it was adult knowledge, pop culture and history. Yeah. So it was something my wife and I, we really started to get into and we really started to look forward to. So what I wanted to do when I made those, I wanted to create something everybody could play along with. So every episode that I made, I tried to include certain questions that I thought kids would have a better shot at knowing. And then I would throw in some things that adults would have a better shot at knowing.
Yeah. So it's a family effort.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted everybody to play along together.
Nice. So have there been any, have the offers from the publishing houses been extended?
Surprisingly, yes.
That's wonderful.
They, more or less with certain exceptions, they seem to be extending them in these 3-month increments. So when this all started in March of last year and everybody came out and said, okay, you can go ahead and use our books and, promote reading with your patrons. A lot of them said, okay, you can do this until June. Then as we started getting close to June and it was obvious that we weren't done with this yet, a lot of them were like, okay, you're good till September. Then we get to September, we're all still in this.
Yeah.
So, okay, you could take it to December. And that kind of brought us to about March when the vaccine started to become a little more widely available.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, they've all got us till June, and that's probably going to be it. Surprisingly, a lot of the big publishers have pushed it out a little further than that.
That's wonderful that they did that.
It was fantastic. Yeah. It's been so great. We could not have done these videos.
No doubt.
Without their cooperation and their permission. So currently, as it stands, the 40 videos that we have up right now, if nothing changes as far as any of the publishing rights that have been stated, only 5 of those videos are going to come down at the end of this month. They will, and this is assuming if nothing changes.
Yeah.
Because, and again, I should state, once those dates hit, we are bound to take them down by the terms of use that we agreed to. So they will gradually begin to come down throughout the fall, but I've got 7 videos that are good until the end of the year.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Unless they change, if for some reason if they decide to rescind this, but I haven't gotten any indication that's going to be the case.
So if people want to see these videos, do they just search Oldsmar Public Library on YouTube?
Yes.
And that's also on your website, I believe, too. They can click on the story time icon on the homepage and take you to it.
Yeah, if you follow the exact same path to find the information for the raise.
Yeah.
If you go to the programs menu at the top, hit the children's drop down, that'll bring you to a page that's got the link for the raise, and then right next to that, it's got a link to the Storytime videos.
Wonderful.
The videos themselves, you have to search for Oldsmar Public Library or follow that link to find them.
Okay.
Again, as part of our terms of use with the publishers, they're unlisted on YouTube.
Okay.
So if you just go to YouTube, say if you wanted to find dragons eat noodles on Tuesdays, if you go to YouTube and search that, you're not going to find us. You have to go and find our YouTube channel. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then, or follow the link on our website.
Okay.
And then they're all there.
Wonderful. Cool. All right. Well, lovely. Lots going on. Oh, it's lightning round. My favorite part.
Bring it on.
So, Anthony, what was your favorite book as a child?
Probably Green Eggs and Ham. I really liked. But I also had this fascination with the series of books at my my elementary library. The series of books on the Universal Studios monster movies.
Oh my gosh.
Every time I went in the library, I made a beeline for that section and took one of those books out.
I had no idea they had those.
When I was a kid, I think by that point, these movies were about 40 years old and cable was becoming a thing. So they were really starting to make the rounds on cable a lot. I grew up in an era up north where every Thanksgiving, they always showed King Kong on TV. I don't know why King Kong of all movies.
Not a turkey, but an ape.
Yeah. But that was like, for years when I was like, that was a staple.
Where did you grow up?
New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, King Kong went up on that Empire State Building.
In New York, so close enough.
Interesting. Well, I know you like to travel across the U.S. and explore unique foodie destinations. So what city is your favorite so far and why?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, my hometown.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Emo's Pizza, toasted ravioli. You had to go to Ted Drew's frozen custard.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
I've been there 3 times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Almost every night we were there in the summertime.
and I saw that with my own eyes.
Oh, yeah.
People
Families.
doing that.
Oh, yeah.
My wife and my wife and I just came back from there a couple of weeks ago.
Oh.
We went 2 years ago.
Did you go to the Hill?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Actually, we stayed very close to the Hill.
Nice.
My wife and I, we came up with this idea years ago where we wanted to do a road trip to all the big barbecue cities in America. So we had mapped out this trip. It was pretty much going to be the whole center of the country. And I was mapping out like a 3-week trip. We're going to spend 4 days in Memphis, and then we'll spend 4 days in Kansas City, and so on and so forth. And I finally realized if we do this the way I'm designing it, we're going to be so sick of barbecue by the end of this. So maybe let's scale this back a little bit. So we did a 9-day trip, St. Louis and Kansas City.
Okay.
And we came up with a giant list of restaurants and places that we wanted to eat. And let me tell you, this was the greatest vacation I've ever taken. And I'm including Paris.
Oh my
in that
gosh.
mix.
I'm honored as a St. Louisan to say that.
You guys have all the best food.
Oh yeah.
Seriously. We tried food from 50 different places on that trip.
Oh wow.
And both cities we loved, but just pound for pound, we had so much love for everything we tried in St. Louis and everything we experienced in St. Louis.
Yeah.
The toasted ravioli. Went to Mama Toscano's up in the hill.
Nice.
Had that. Loved it.
Gooey butter cake?
You know what's funny is we didn't try gooey butter cake on the first trip.
Okay.
This past time that we went, I finally did get to try it. I thought it was
pure sugar.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Like I got a square about yay big, and my wife didn't like it. I liked it, but I was like, I think that's enough. The little bit that I had is plenty.
Yeah.
But I mean, so again, having been to Paris, I had the most amazing croissants in St. Louis.
Oh wow.
There's a place called La Patisserie Choquette that makes a croissant they call the Darkness.
Oh,
have you ever heard of this?
No.
So it's a croissant that's made with an all chocolate pastry. Then they fill that with chocolate. Then they pour chocolate on top of it. And you would think it would be this chocolate overload. It's perfect.
Wow.
It's perfectly balanced. It's not too sweet, not too dark. It's the most decadent thing I've ever experienced.
I'll have to try that when I'm up there.
You really should. There's another place called Companion Cafe, which appears to be a chain out there. It's kind of like Panera, from what I can gather. They make pretzel croissants.
Nice.
And they are
filled with cheese.
No,
that would be neat.
They're plain, but when you look at them on top, you see all this rock salt on top. Except it's not salt; it's sugar.
Oh, geez.
They put a sugar on top. But incredible. Some of the most amazing barbecue I've ever had is out there. I could go on and on. I could go on for days.
We'll have to compare notes. So.
But yeah, I'll get with you later.
Okay, cool. So, and finally, French fries or onion rings?
Well, I think the real answer is tater tots.
I forgot taters.
But if I'm limited to those two, it's French fries.
Okay.
Always French fries.
Always French fries.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you, Anthony, for being a guest on our podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Special thanks to our awesome engineer, Mark McGinley.
Very much. Very special engineer.
Can't do it without him. Yay. So be sure to follow and like the City of Oldsmar on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. To find our list of podcast segments, visit experienceoldsmar.com. I'm your host, Deb Vitrelli. Until next time, I invite you to check out all the great things you can do to truly experience Oldsmar.